Okay, now move to the beat. Move your feet. Side 1, 2, 3. Catch a vibe with me. Pop it, there you go. Drop it low in a circle. You can do it, it won't hurt you. Leave it on a flawless party like we supposed to. Had a long day, time to clear my mind. Tryna chase this bag, been moving fast, stay on my grind. Got so much to do, so don't waste my time. I won't waste none of you. It's my time to shine. Got me messed up if you think you got me stressed. I'ma keep my cool, look at the sky, cause I know I'm blessed. Believe what you see, I get. Get up, stretch your stuff, get up, stretch your stuff, move to the beat, move your feet, side 1, 2, 3, catch a vibe with me, pop it, there you go, drop it low in a circle, you can do it, it won't hurt you, leave it on a flawless party like we supposed to. Hey, get up, stretch your stuff, get up, okay, now move to the beat, move your feet, side 1, 2, 3, catch a vibe with me, pop it, there you go, drop it low in a circle, you can do it, it won't hurt you, leave it on the floor, let's party like we supposed to.
Love that.
Yes.
Absolutely love that. That sounds like something we can dance to.
That was something we can dance
absolutely
to.
Absolutely love
sure.
that was a bop right there.
For sure.
That was a good bop. That was a 1-2 right there. I can see me dancing and doing a 1 group.
Yes.
Who, Kaya?
Yes.
Kaya Monet, baby. Can I use that, Kaya? Can we use that in class?
I was about to say yes, because we definitely would jam to that song.
Please and thank you, Kaya.
So those who are not looking at the words on the screen but paying attention to us, that was Kaya Monet, Move to the Beat. Y'all can check her out on all platforms. But if you want to see the official video, I always go on YouTube and pull up the actual official video where she actually has a whole dance move and everything. She actually has a dance move.
No.
So, her and her mom and Michelle do it all the time. Like they be killing it.
I gotta learn to dance. I gotta learn to dance.
So I'm gonna show you the video to the dance. But Kaya Monet will be on our show in May, so she will be here. So and I believe her mom will be with her. So if they actually want to do the dance, we'll see if they do the dance on the show. I'll see, but. That's one of my favorite songs.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Love that. Welcome. Hey,
y'all.
So y'all know what today is, right?
It is Sunday and it is Soul Talk with T and Key.
Hey girl, hey.
We missed y'all. It felt like forever that we've been sitting on this couch.
Welcome. Welcome back home, because we was on the road.
We was
on the road. That's why, we back home now. We back home now. We was on the road. But you are tuned into Soul Talk with T and Key live, y'all.
Yes.
I absolutely love doing this show with my good girl, Tish.
I know that's right. And if you see us out here, we have such a good time.
Yes.
Such an amazing time. We really, really, really do.
Moving and shaking. So first and foremost, before we get into our questions, right? because on Soul Talk with T and Key, we're gonna get into some health and wellness type, conversations, self-love, mental health.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about that, right? But I gotta say that we gotta give ourselves our flowers because we had a super dope event yesterday.
We definitely did. We had such an amazing event, and it's so crazy because the weather was a little crazy. We didn't expect it to rain. What else? We didn't expect it to rain. We didn't expect a lot of things. We got to the event and had a little bit of a hiccup in the process early morning. But honestly, it turned out to be awesome. It really was. It was an awesome event with amazing vendors, amazing people. A lot of the community came through.
Loved it.
Like, it was really, really good.
Shout out to all our vendors that showed up and showed out despite the sogginess of the day, how it started off to be the gloominess of the day.
That part.
Everybody seriously showed up and showed out, and it was absolutely a dope day. And like she said, y'all that do events know that on event day, y'all, something is liable to go down, right?
That part.
So event day was a typical event day, right? It was shenanigans that started off our day. It was a rocky day. That's what my friends say, right? It started off a rocky day.
It was a rocky day.
But the outcome was so super, super, super amazing. And the funny part is, the message that I sent out in the earlier part of the day to everybody was like, despite the rain or something, make sure you be the sunshine or something like that. That I sent out, and it was like, wow, we had to really follow that. Now looking back,
that part.
So yeah, that was super dope. So I had to give us our flowers. Congratulations, girlfriend.
Congratulations, Ree.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we had an amazing event. And we did. We gotta say just thank you to everybody because we always say, and people don't get it, but we are really nothing without the support of y'all. And that's really true. Like, it takes a lot to do what we do. And it good vibes and everything always helps. So we are really grateful for the amazing people that has been in our presence. Like, we really are grateful for y'all.
Yes. Our girl Toya is watching. I gotta shout out our girl Toya. Hey, Toya. How are you, girlfriend? So I had to shout you out, my girl. So I just, we had a beautiful time yesterday. It turned out to be a beautiful day, and I had to give my girl her flowers. We had to give each other our flowers while we were still here. We're going to normalize that. Like, that's going to be a thing. Normalize giving people their flowers while they're still here.
While they're here.
Don't wait until after the fact or, unfortunately, an RIP situation or somebody gets hurt or whatever the case. Give them their flowers while they're here. Let them know why they're great, awesome, and amazing. Why you appreciate them. Stuff like that. Please, let's really normalize that. Right?
It's really important. I think a lot of people don't think about that, but they always think about what they could have said or what they could have did. And at the end of the day, it means nothing when they're not here no more to hear it no more.
Right.
So I think that people should really understand that we do that to each other every day. We constantly are like telling each other, how amazing that the other person is, because that means a lot. And sometimes you don't even hear that within your own family or in your own circle of friends. So, I think that if you are a person that do that on a daily, do it to somebody that you don't know. Give compliments to people. You never know. Giving a compliment to that person might go a long way on their journey on that day.
Absolutely. Toya said, make sure or normalize giving people their flowers while they can still smell them. Yes.
That's right.
While they can still smell them. That's important. That's the most important part. Speaking of that, Toya, girl, let me give you your flowers while you can still smell them. Yes. You are such an awesome and amazing soul.
Always.
I absolutely love you. You are always there as a good friend, somebody that you can talk to, somebody that you can get advice from. You are an awesome and amazing poet, girl. So I've got to pour some flowers back your way, because you are dope and amazing. And we got to pour flowers to all of the people in our lives that are awesome and amazing. So I'm giving that to you, girlfriend. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toya. Yeah, she knows how much that we love her. Like, really, she really is an amazing, amazing person. She gotta know that she is, and a lot of people they don't get it. They don't get this love. So we are definitely thankful for Toya. If y'all don't know, Toya was our first guest on our show. So yeah, we were very grateful to have her on our show. If you did not watch that episode, make sure that you go back and watch it. It was our second episode, and it was Sheba Speaks Volumes.
Yes.
Episode. So make sure you go back. It was a very powerful episode. And speaking of guests,
I know y'all saw our promo video. We're gonna get into it because my friend she got into it, so we're gonna get into it. Let's talk about it.
So first of all, I'm trying to figure out, things be thinking, but
things be thinking. She says, this one, you never know what she just might say.
Well, things be thinking, and I'm trying to understand why I may not be live on Instagram today.
Oh, things be thinking. I can dig that.
Things be thinking.
Things be thinking.
Today, I don't feel like it's live on Instagram. However, sorry, Instagram world, if you cannot see me, you will be able to catch the replay. Sorry. Right. Or transfer over to one of our Facebooks or tune into our YouTubes because we are definitely probably live on our YouTube pages.
Absolutely, we live. Let's say hi to the tubers. Hi tubers. Hi bookers.
So, yeah. So, with that being said, we were supposed to have our guest here today. And our guest was supposed to be Zachary King. So
Zachary King, where are you?
We calling you out, Zachary King.
You know me, Zach, bro. You already know me, cause where are you at, bro? Where are you at? You supposed to be right here next. Matter of fact, we had a seat for you right here in the middle between both of us. I said tween. Yup, between the both of us, we had a seat for you, bro. And you ain't even show up on us, and I don't want to hear it after the show when you try to walk up here, like, cause there was a spot for you that we booked, and you did not fulfill that. And I'm sorry, I probably took it all over, didn't I?
No, I mean, you said what you said, and that's what it was. So, like, we closed up your spot right here. You know what I mean? Like, we normally have a special guest, and Zachary King was supposed to be our special guest. So, basically, y'all, the promo that y'all see with him was because he played all day. So, he sent us that promo picture. And I told him, and I went back to Ken. I said, "This is gonna be his picture." That part.
Promo picture with the what was it?
What's the baby?
Yes.
So if y'all seen a baby,
the promo picture of the baby because he plays a game.
Because he played all day.
He plays a game, and now when he see this talk show, he gonna be like, "Oh, y'all was talking about me, but you was here to defend yourself."
Yeah,
we would have been just talking about you to your face.
That part.
We wouldn't even had a reason to talk about you on that topic.
No, we would have talked about you
I'm just
too.
saying, but not about that. Something different.
Yeah. So,
but now we're talking about you about this because you were supposed to be here and you did not show up.
And you didn't show up. So that's why we talk about you
now.
But hi, Kima. I see Kima's watching.
Hey, Kima girl. Shout out to you, girlfriend.
Yes, thank you for tuning in. So if y'all don't know what this show is about, you just tuned in. This is your first episode. This is The Amazing Key, and I am The Amazing T, and we do Soul Talk with T and Key on Sundays. So basically what the show is about is that she's all about self-love, and I'm all about mental health. So we try to bring our guests on here to have real talks and real conversation about what's going on out here in this world and just questions that relate to them and that they can just answer very freely. And so we can have those hard conversations that a lot of us are not having. So we want to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, please. It is very important that you do those things. Comment when you're on here so we know that you're here.
Yes. I love the interaction.
That's the way that y'all give us our flowers. Yes. Y'all give us our flowers when we know that you're here and we know that you're all watching. So we truly, truly, truly appreciate it. So with that being said, let's see what we gonna do today.
So we gonna flip the game up, y'all. So first, let's say hi, Amber. Amber said, "Hey guys, I want to start a podcast too. This is so inspirational. Thank you so much, Amber.
Sure can.
Amber, listen, girl. We'll get with you, child.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I feel like people try to make things so difficult, right? They try to make it so difficult, so hard. They overthink it. They're like, oh my gosh, seriously, right?
Listen.
It has to be perfect.
It has to be perfect.
Before it's done, I have to do it this way. I have to do it that way. I need this and that. And you know what? This is what I want to tell people. Start talking.
Tell them. I want you to tell them.
Child, I start talking.
All right. But if y'all only knew.
Because I'm sorry. I'll be on a tangent.
If
But
y'all only knew.
this is what you gotta do. You have to just do it.
Just do it.
You gotta stop. Just make it happen, because guess what? All of those failures is going to lead to you being able to figure out, oh, well, it's not technically a failure. That just means I got to do it differently.
Mm-hmm.
I do it this way, or whatever the case may be. But yes, just jump right into it, y'all.
Jump right into it.
Jump into it.
That's it. That's all.
So Amber, jump into it, but we will help you along the way.
We will.
But just do it, girl.
We
Whatever
are
idea
always
you got,
willing
just do it.
to help those who are willing to help themselves. And I believe it or not, it's so crazy because we didn't think about starting no podcast. We just be talking.
Tell them how it went. Tell them how it went.
So back in the day, I used to host a radio show, and it was like radio, but it was like 12 o'clock in the morning. And then at some point I was featured on a couple of podcasts, and then eventually I was doing my own podcast. And then I told Kiana one day, I was like, oh, I really want to do a show again, but I was like, I never really wanted to do it by myself. And she was like, I'll do it with you. And I was like, well, cool, when? And we was like, let's book a date. And that was it. That was all. We didn't worry about what electronics we had, what devices, none of the above. We didn't care. We were just like, we're gonna book this date, we're gonna do it, we're gonna make it happen. And basically the reason why was because of what we do already. Like, we both are so in the community and so for the self-love mental health journey. It just kind of made sense for us to talk about it because it's not talked about enough. So we was like, let's just do this. So really, we thought about it in a week and just was like, let's just do it. It really was something that was like, we both just had a passion to speak to the people. And because we out in these events and stuff, and sometimes we just don't get a chance to speak to everybody. So like, this was our way to be able to speak to y'all. And then not only that, bring other people on that you can relate to and speak to as well. And you can see like some of their journey, and that everybody is out here really trying to get their self-love and mental health together. So this is how it came about. So I say, Amber, you want to do something, do it, girl. Don't wait for nothing. Don't wait for the right time, right equipment, right nothing.
Yes.
A lot of
Come
times,
on, Amber.
None of that sometimes makes a difference. None of that makes a difference sometimes. You just got to go with the flow. Yes. So I would say go with the flow.
Thank you. I agree. Thank you for even sharing that, because that's the thing, right?
That part.
Some people wouldn't even say or be confident enough to say, this is what I want to do, right? But thank you for sharing it, because guess what? There might be other people on this live who can also help you, that might be able to, that see your comment. For instance, Toya say, hi, Amber, nice to meet you. they might be able to connect. You never know, right? Collaboration is amazing. Collaboration is a thing, and you never know who that's in your circle or, in your atmosphere that can help you. You just never know. And thank you so much, girl. This is my Resilient brand. Yes. So this is my hoodie. This is my Resilient. It says the ability to bounce back from life's obstacles while becoming your best self on purpose. That's right. So that's my brand, girl. So I got you if you need me. Girl, I got you.
I'm about to say, who else watches? Look like Michelle. Michelle is watching on the side.
So hey. Questions and stuff. So Michelle said, hey, beautiful ladies, it's your girl, Love Bling, tuning in all the way from Colombia.
Always.
Colombia.
Yeah, she's always such a big supporter. She does tune in when she can, so we definitely appreciate you, Michelle. Thank you so much.
Sarissa's here. Hey, Sarissa.
Hey, how are you? We got Kima who did share the live, so thank you, Kima, for sharing.
Thank you, Kima. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah,
for sure. And Amber says she wants to be a guest on the show. Girl, talk about the show and the guest.
Yes. So Amber, you are welcome to be a guest on the show. I do know right now that we are probably into August. I may have a spot in August. If not, we definitely have you in September. But we be so busy. We be trying to do 2 shows a month. That's our plan. If we can maybe throw in another show, we will. But a lot of times our schedule is so booked up that we really are right now booked out until August. But we would love to have you as a guest. Anybody could be a guest on the show, as long as you are willing to sit here and, again, answer some self-love questions. And we base the guests around everything. If you are a musician, if you are a poet, if you are an artist, Whatever your job is, I feel like everybody's something ties into what we talk about. So we will definitely try to base our questions around you so you feel very comfortable about what we talk about on the show.
And I think we kind of make people feel comfortable when they come. We're very much open and welcoming people.
Yes.
We don't say anything that's going to offend anybody or make anybody feel away. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a great conversation. It's great conversations like that way. Sometimes my words get jumbled up, y'all, but I be meaning them. But sometimes it's like the great conversations that need to be had that some people wouldn't feel comfortable to say around others.
It's true.
But we have these conversations, and I'm grateful that people are comfortable enough to talk and have these type of conversations with us.
Yeah, that's true.
There's something that Toya said that I wanted to mention, that I wanted to touch on. Toya said it's challenging learning to release control and learn to flow. But when you get it, it's so rewarding. So let's talk about it, because that's definitely mental health. Like, how do you do that? How do you learn to release the stuff? Like, how do you can learn to release and then control it and then flow all the way back again? Like, how do you do that? That's a lot.
That is a lot. It is a lot. It take practice. It take practice. It's like, how they always be like, oh, once you learn how to ride a bike, you always know how to ride a bike. Mm-hmm. But that's kind of not the truth. And that's kind of like life. Because honestly, if you was to ride a bike when you was a kid, you ride a bike, you fall down, you get back up. And a lot of times as a kid, we feel hurt, but what do? We go right back outside and we ride that bike again. You know what I mean? And we kind of don't even remember that we got hurt the other day. But as adults, a lot of times we really take on that hurt. And so it's not the same. It's really like, it really does take practice to be able to say you have endured a lot, but you have to find a way to get past that as like a kid going outside, riding their bike, falling down, but you still want to go back outside and ride that bike.
Right.
So at the end of the day, we have to learn how to do that as adults. And it takes practice, because we have people that hurt us. We have things that we go through in our lives that may traumatize us. It definitely is practice. But once you get it, it is rewarding. Like Toya said, once you have that, once you get that release, once you get that flow,
absolutely,
it is the best thing in life that you possibly could do for yourself. Absolutely. And there's nothing that no one can say to you.
It's freeing.
Yeah.
It's freeing. That's the word freeing. I would give it. It's so very much freeing.
It's very freeing. And it's nothing that nobody can say to you to make you go backwards. And you have your moments, and I say this all the time, everybody has their trigger moments. Mm-hmm. I say that all the time. Mm-hmm. You have your moments, but if you practice what we are saying, like literally realizing that you don't control everything, but you control the way you react to things. We were just having that conversation.
Yes, absolutely. Right. Emotions. Yes. Emotions.
Your emotions is 9 times out of 10 what makes us react, and we react.
It absolutely is.
We react off emotions. So if you only can just sit for 2.5 seconds and
in that emotion,
in your emotion, don't act on it just yet. Just sit in it, because sometimes our emotion will make us react right away. If we can really just remember not to do that, best believe the world would be such a better place. Because I had my moments where I reacted in emotion, and I know I did, but I remember being checked on it, and I do remember being checked on it, and I remember once somebody checked me on it, it was like, oh, dang, I really do.
It was a reality check. People really say that, but reality check, phrases and things that people say, right, really hold weight. That was deep, right? That was deep, right?
Yeah.
Yo, she get that way. That's why sometimes you just gotta sit back and let Tish be Tish.
Yeah,
because sometimes she get that way, but like people just don't really realize, y'all. They really, really, really don't realize how emotions just run their whole life. It really runs your entire life. And I want to touch on something that 2 things I want to touch on that you said, Amber. Because I'm reading y'all. I'm trying to like keep up with y'all, so I'm reading y'all stuff here. So Amber said that it's a freedom of overcoming the challenges and obstacles, right? And we had I don't know if it was a journal prompt or just an affirmation the other day where it said, turn your obstacles into opportunities.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So that's mindset of how you look at it, right? So are you looking at it as challenges and obstacles, or are you looking at it like, what opportunity is coming from this obstacle,
That
right? Or what am I going to, how am I going to turn this obstacle into
the opportunity. Into the opportunity.
Right?
So I have this thing I see all the time now. Let's turn our passion into profit.
Yes. Let's do it.
So
normalize that.
So everybody has a gift, right? So you try to turn your passion into profit, but why can't we turn our pain into profit? So a lot of times we don't realize that we hold a lot of weight within us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we hold a lot of weight within us, and so take that and release it and turn it into something great. You know, again, a lot of people ask me, how did I write my book, Pieces of Me to Serenity? It was because I took my pain and I had to drop that pain into something for me to release it again, allowing it to flow differently. And now that pain that I had has helped a lot of other people. And at the end of the day, that's what we all got to figure out. What can we do within self to kind of flip our emotions, flip what we do, you know? And if you can make $1 off of flipping your emotions,
why not, baby?
Why not? Be the best you in all shapes and forms.
That's everything. That's what this boils down to, y'all. Right? Because life is going life anyway, but what you going to do about it?
That part.
What are you going to do about life? And because guess what? Life is going life to me, to you, to Beyonce, to your neighbor around the corner, to Jay-Z, to whoever it is. Life is going life, but what are you going to do in turn to it, right? What are you going to do now? So I want to say hey to Toya, because we got my other girl Toya on. We got Shamika on, right? So I want to shout y'all out, right? They saying Tish talking heavy today. Yes, Tish. Yes. Tish is talking heavy today. Talk that talk, girl.
I'm in my talk. I'm in my talk zone, because you know I ain't gonna lie. I got this. I'm always about transparency, and like at the end of the day, like I had a rough week. I had a rough week where I had to sit back and I had to really evaluate some things on my own. I had to make a lot of tough decisions this week. So like journaling for me, if y'all have not got my girl journal, it's behind us.
Let me bring it up.
Let's bring it out.
Baby. Come on. Love y'all.
Journaling this week has been an amazing thing for me because I can't say that I want to write down nothing unless I'm ready. So I gotta be like, what did I say to you? I was like, I gotta write. Because I'm feeling so much that if I don't write and get it out, which again is how I got my book right. So if I didn't write and get it out, I feel so trapped. So I had a rough week. So I got a lot to say, but it was rough in the sense of that it was rough in a way that I needed that rough, because a lot of times I need that to help me grow. I need to know that it's going to be some obstacles always in my way, but I'm going to take those and turn them into opportunities to look out for the greatness. Because when I feel the rough coming on, I turn my rough into passion.
Woo! Obstacles into opportunities. And she said, I'm going to take that one and run with it. I love that. So that was amazing. So by the way, since she wanted to throw it in there, I wasn't even going to do that.
I was throwing it in there because
that was great. One of the pages from my journal that it is called Gratitude is a Keys Essential. It is a 21 day and night journal. It comes with a free accountability community where we are just in there making sure that we hold each other accountable for being awesome and amazing, right? Pouring into ourselves on a daily basis. So that was one of the journal entries, one of the pages. Like I said, I don't remember if it was now I gotta find. Now she put me on the spot. Oh my goodness, I wasn't ready. She do that. First, one thing y'all gotta know about Tish, she will throw you the ball, so be ready, because if not, you're gonna drop it. Here we go, right here. So it was one of the journal entries. If y'all can see it, right? Turn your obstacles into opportunities, and then you write what you're grateful for, and then there's like you can do a prompted journal topic, right? So thank you so much, friend.
You're welcome.
I love you for that.
But because I never was one to journal, so this is my first time journaling. I am not one to be like, let me write down my feelings, let me write down what I'm grateful for. That's not me. I don't do that. So this is like my first time, and I'm trying to take it very seriously. I think a lot of times, like if you wake up, if you check out my page, if you notice that I'm doing it in the morning and I'm putting it out there for y'all to see. And I think that's important because a lot of times we want other people to do things that we don't do ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We want people to change and we want people to be better, but we don't try to change and better ourselves. And that is extremely important that we do that for us first.
Absolutely.
So me waking up every morning to say what I am grateful for, like what? Because it could be a day that I don't wake up.
Dang.
You know what I mean?
Come on.
So you gotta
is
be
making my heart
grateful
smile.
for the fact that you even woke up that day. You know what I mean? And so that is extremely important because again, and it ain't even just that I woke up. When I wake up, yo, and I have said this, I always say I'm grateful to wake up, but when I do wake up, I'm checking for my senses. I want to see if I can smell. I want to see if I can
People
feel.
take advantage.
I want to see if I can see.
Overlook that.
I want to see if I can talk, if I can walk, because I could wake up and something could be missing, you know. So just be grateful. So writing in the journal and the topics, the way that you don't have to go off that topic, but when I read them, it kind of triggers. Yeah, it does. It triggers me to be like, hey, let me write about this because really that's how I'm feeling. And it's been a couple of days this week that they touched like perfectly. You know what I mean?
Thank you. So I love her to pieces.
Yes.
And like I'm sitting here like because this is not like our show is never scripted, y'all. I don't want y'all to think that we talked about this like, oh yeah, well we gonna sell your journal today. That's what we gonna do. We gonna like this was just not even prompted or scripted, and I'm absolutely loving it, and it's making my heart smile because number one, I've been doing a journaling journey, right, for maybe about a year now, consistently, right. For maybe about a year now, I've been doing that, and I've watched how I've become aware of how it's changed me, if how my life started to change, and all of this stuff, right. So I'll be telling people about it. I was telling people so long about how I wanted to create my own journal and this, that, and the other. And the fact that I created the journal and people are truly finding value in it, but not even just finding the value, but really experiencing the life-changing stuff that goes behind it. It's like, see, I really wasn't talking just out my behind, y'all. Like I was really, it might have sounded crazy, the things that I was saying, but when you actually do it, it really, really works. To hear my friend say that,
it does,
and just like say that off jump, like yeah, no, I had a rough day, rough week, but that. I look forward to that part.
You know, I look forward to that part. I wake up in the morning and be like, all right, am I gonna get some tea? Am I gonna drink some water? But no, if I don't do that, I'm gonna do this. Is the first thing I'm gonna do. And I do look forward to that part. And it's just weird because I do remember her talking about her wanting to do a journal. And she was talking about it for a while. And then when we kind of like clicked up and got together, I was like, well, why you ain't doing that?
Yes.
And you know what I mean? So it was at that point that we kind of like was like, well, come on, let's get it done. And she know I'm that type of person.
She is that for me for
I'm
sure.
like, listen, I tell people all the time, my cloud nine, and this has always been my big thing, and people know I say this, my cloud nine could be your cloud nine. You just got to want to float with me.
Oh, that was heavy. Toya, did you hear that? That need to be a poem. Toya, girl, did you hear that? That need to be a poem. What you say?
My cloud nine.
Toya, write it down.
Your cloud nine. You just got to float with me.
Please make a poem off of that, Toya. So whatever reason my spirit is sending that for you, Toya. Oh,
yes, and that one was for you. I say that to say a lot of people have come to me and say they want to be something, right? But what I see is a lot of people will hate on what you are.
Talk about it.
I'm not one for that. If you want to be great, we're going to be great together. So if you feel like you on cloud 5 and you think I'm on 9 and you hating because I'm on my 9 and you on 5, when I have told you that you could be on 9 with me, we can go to 10 together. Because I may not be able to go to 10 without you. But if you still in your mind feel like you on 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and when I walk in the room, my cloud 9 just bring a rainstorm, which technically is blessings, then that means that you're not ready because you're still looking at yourself like we can't be on the same level. So I say that again, my cloud 9 could be your cloud 9. You just gotta want to be able to
love that like, every moment of that. Yes, baby. Yes, absolutely. That was everything. I threw it to Tish. I threw it to Toya. Toya said, that one was for Tish. I had her work on it and expand it. But that one was for Tish.
She always say that. Love that. But Toya trying to get me to write. Toya trying to get me to write. Hey, Kima, thanks. She said deep. She in it over here.
Yes, let's go. Let's go. So hold on. Michelle had said something that she said people tend to be embarrassed to talk about things because of what others will say or feel about it. And then she also said emotions be on an all-time high sometimes, and at the end result may or may not be good for some. But having someone there to show us how to get through it is the best. And I think that is a very important thing. That's why I think it's important for us to have this talk show. Mm-hmm. That's why I think it's important for the sister circles or the villages, because you can then express what you're going through with other people. They can give you other insights. You can relate, right? Because no, you're not the only one that's going through that. You might think that you're the only one and feel that you're in the dark by yourself, right? And some other people can give you insights on different type of information. But I think that the fact that a lot of people say that they don't want to talk about what's going on with them because they fear of what other people are saying. But us as a culture has been brought up that way. Like, we've been brought up to not talk about what goes on in our household. Like, we've been trained to think that we can't share our business with nobody. So guess what? When you don't share your business with nobody, it's trapped all inside of you. You stuck with it. And now you got to learn how to deal with it. But what if you don't know how to deal with it? Now you just stuck and trapped. And now you stagnant. Right? Mm-hmm. However, when you might be able to talk to someone, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a therapist, right? It can be in a sister circle. It can be a friend, right? You can write it in a journal if you're not even ready to physically talk to anybody yet. That part. You can write it to yourself if you want to. Have the conversation with yourself. Have the hard conversations with yourself, but get it out. Yeah. Right? Express the feeling, express the opinion, express whatever it is that you need to express. That part. It's just about I think we gotta break that stigma. Yeah, we gotta break that stigma of not wanting to talk and say nothing. But again, I do believe it's about who you share with. Everybody that you share with is not your friend. They're not trying to be your friend. They're trying to consume the information and take it in, and they use it against you in the end. You have to remember who to release to, because that's what it is. It's a release. But if you are releasing to the wrong individuals, it ain't going to do nothing but make you go more stir crazy, because you're not releasing to the right people. It's that energy. It's the energy. So find the good energy. Find the people that is for you. Find the people that is about you. Find the people that you know are loving on you. Not just anybody. Trust and believe. We're not talking just to be talking. We're talking from experience. Absolutely. I have released to some people who in my darkest times, I can't even tell you where they were, because I released to them thinking that they understood, thinking that they would be around, thinking that they would understand where I'm coming from. They see where I'm coming from. And then when it all boils down to it, they weren't there. They weren't there. Toya just said something that was heavy too. Everybody is in a safe space, right? That everybody is in a safe space, no matter how much you may want them to be. You may want them to be that safe space for you, right? But everybody is in a safe space, so I think that's cool for her to touch on it or mention it. And thank y'all. I want to say thank y'all for interacting. Yes, we appreciate it. Thank y'all for having this conversation with us, because let me tell y'all how we really had a whole lineup to switch the game up on y'all, but y'all switched the game up on us today. Yeah, we was going to ask. I was going to ask Tish some mental health questions, since she's the mental health person, and then she was going to ask me some self-love questions. But y'all said we got some topics for y'all, but I love it. We appreciate it. I absolutely love y'all. I absolutely appreciate y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the comments. That's right. Right. What's going on over here? When my life gets heavy, Tish knows exactly what to say. I know that's right. It's so funny though. It's weird because Kima, I appreciate that so much, but I feel like everybody says that to me. Everybody says, you are my aid. You have helped me. And it's so weird because sometimes I feel like I'm very hard on myself and I don't help myself enough. So that was a part of me that I had to find to say, you know what, since you give all of this to everybody else, when are you going to start following some of your own advice?
Because that's very important too. It's important to be able to help others, but it's also important to be able to help yourself. So it was like I give all this great advice, and it's like I have to follow it as well. So a lot of times now y'all see me doing me is because I'm following my own advice. I'm following what I would give y'all. I'm following what I would say to y'all, and I'm remembering how y'all told me it made y'all feel. So now it's time for me to feel that way about the advice that I give y'all. So I truly appreciate that.
I love it. And listen, Tish is a great person to call for advice all the time. Like, we have to bounce off of each other at times.
Yes.
And she's got to fuel me back up. I've got to fuel her back up at times. And it's like, I just love, you got to have a good friend that you can really, like a genuine friend that really has your back, that's not maliciously like hating, low key hating on you or nothing, or trying to be you, right, or envious or anything like that. You really have to find a friend that genuinely loves you, or a family member, or whatever the case may be, whatever relationship, but that genuinely loves you and that wants to see you win and that wants to see you elevate, but not because what you're doing is also going to elevate them. Like, that's a different type of wanting to see you elevate.
Not that.
It's because they genuinely want what's best for you. Yeah. They want to see you happy. They want to see you win. Yeah. And maybe by default they might win too, but that's not their actual agenda. That's never what they came for. Like, so I think we got to normalize stuff like that, and I absolutely love that. Michelle said we got to come to Columbia.
We definitely will. We trying to be out here, and we trying to take the show everywhere. So we will definitely come. Michelle, we will come all the way here to interview you. You want to be on the show?
We can take the show on the road now.
Let's
go, Columbia.
So, wherever you are, if you want to be on our show, we will figure it out.
Come on now. Come on, we outside. We outside
for sure. And I'm so glad though she brought that up about being, as far as like being a friend to be a friend and not being a friend for something. Because when she did say she wanted to do her journals, that goes back to that. I was like, well, come on, what you waiting for? And it was one of those things where she was like, but you can help me? And I was like, yeah, why not? You know what I mean? And I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm not out here to gatekeep information. I want people to, like I said, I want people to grow, and I want them to elevate, and I want them to be about something. So when she said she wanted to do her journal, I was like, well, why you ain't do it yet?
Yep, period.
And then she was like, well, friend, how you do your book, friend? And I'm like, well, let me give you that information, and let's work together to figure it out. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I've helped now several people try to start their journey with either writing a book or just a journey in life, period, as far as figuring out where you want to be. Because that's extremely important. Knowing where you want to be is not about where everybody wants you to be, where people think you should be. It's not out here watching social media and thinking that you should be like others. It's about where you genuinely want to be.
Absolutely.
And when you figure that part out, your life will change drastically.
Because you'll then start attracting different things.
Exactly.
You'll start attracting what you truly desire versus attracting what life is just throwing at you, because you don't know where you're going anyway, so it's just going to throw you everything, right? Y'all gotta learn how. It's a game. Y'all gotta learn how to play the game. I'm here to help y'all play the game, right? So for real, life is a game, y'all. But for real, y'all really got to be very much intentional of what you want and where you're going, right? The type of people you want to be around. You have to know, what type of lifestyle do you truly desire? What is your peace? Is your peace walking in the forest? Is your peace in a dark room by yourself? Is your peace, on a beach? Is your peace in a library reading? Like, what is your peace? Everybody's peace is different.
It's different.
Right? What is your meaning of success? Everybody's meaning of success is different. Is your success being in the suit and tie business world with buku money and yachts? Is your success growing, having your own land and growing your fruits and veggies and being able to sustain yourself because you have your herbs and you have your family in your village, right? Is your success becoming a social media person? Like, if you want to be what do they call it now? A creator. What the heck is it?
Content creator.
A content creator. Is that your idea of success? Like, who you trying to show up as?
Yeah,
that's very much important.
That's important,
because if you don't know who you are, how you gonna go out there and attract anything? Because you're constantly gonna be chasing.
Yeah, it's not even about who you're trying to be with. It's not about having a partner or being involved with nobody. This is real life. Until you know who you are, you will attract nothing. And when I say nothing, you will attract nothing great. Because you don't know who you are, so you are constantly putting yourselves into places, people, and things. Remember, I said put yourself into places, people, and things. Yeah. And I really mean that, because we put ourselves in the wrong places, we put ourselves into the wrong people, absolutely, and we do the wrong things. Absolutely. And we will constantly do that until we figure out what we really want and what we want to be, who we want to be, and where we want to be. And then we will take ourselves and say, you know what? I don't no longer want to be a part of this, and I no longer want to be a part of that, and I choose to be a part of that. And once you do that, trust me.
That's about owning it.
You got to own it.
People they're not ready to have those tough conversations with self, right? To the point where they are owning what they're doing, to see that, oh, well, maybe I got to switch up and I can't do it this way. Maybe I shouldn't talk this way. Maybe I shouldn't walk this way. Maybe I shouldn't act that way, right? Mm-hmm. You have to own what you're doing to see the change, to be able to change.
That's true.
Right? You got to own it. Yeah. So I would say that.
Hey, Justin.
Hey. How are you? Happy
Justified content. We see you over there. Thank you so much.
What's up? You say amen. I know. We're talking today. Obviously, this is a deep show because y'all keep throwing that word out there today. Obviously, this has been a deep show.
Well, again, like I said, we not just out here talking. This is us. Like,
we live it, breathe it.
We live it, breathe it. We lived it. We see it. We out here, and we know it's not easy, but this is what this show is about. So anybody, sometimes it takes a little bit of you, and you just need a little push. Mm-hmm. So if you think that we are your push, if you think that you can come on our show and release a little bit of you to start your self-care journey, your mental health journey, if you think that we are your push, this might be what you need, we need to ask you some questions to release a little bit of you, we're gonna do it. You can cry on our show. You want to scream on our show. You want to vent on our show. We're going to do it all right here on this couch. We're going to do it. And if we got to come to you, we will come to you if you cannot come to us, because we really are about helping the people, making a difference. We want everybody to be better, do better, see better, live better. It's so much out here, y'all, missing. If you don't know, you don't know.
Life in a good way, y'all. Life is lifing in a great way.
There's so much out here. It's crazy. And it's one of those things where even yesterday, like I said, we had some bumps in the road. For those who came in late, we had some hiccups yesterday. And we was like, it wasn't supposed to rain. Then it rained. Then there was some other stuff. And it was like, what? And it's like, okay. We said, nope. We said all of these hiccups. Yep. Hey, Ashley.
Hey, girl.
All of these hiccups is going to lead up to the best event.
And it did.
And we said it. We said we don't care what we're going through right at this moment. These moments, these hard moments, going to lead up to the best event.
And it always do. And now they're like, when is your next one? We got to book more dates. Make sure we're locked in as vendors. So now at this point, we got a waiting list for the vendors. Yes. Like, the community is waiting for us to come back. It was an amazing event, and I'm very grateful. Thank y'all for coming out. Thank you, everybody that showed up, that shopped, that participated, all of the vendors. The staff there was amazing. The staff is everybody. Toya said she coming back to the couch. Yes, Toya girl. Any day, Toya girl, you can come back to the couch, y'all. So we welcoming y'all to come onto the couch. DM us. Yes. Let us know. We will bring you onto the couch. Just know it's going to be a mental health and a self-love talk. Just know if you come onto this couch, be ready for the mental health and self-love conversations. Toya already know. She with it. But if anybody else want to come on, just know that's what it's going to be. I absolutely love y'all. Yes. Amber says she's ready to be more involved. Yes, come on, Amber.
Right. Listen.
Come on, Amber.
We always say, like, it's easy to do stuff by yourself, but it's hard at the same time. So we always looking for a team. Anybody that is willing to help and assist and be a part of what we are a part of, we are always willing to be like, okay, what would you like to do? Because even with us, you see us over here clicking things and pushing things.
I gotta read y'all comments. I love to interact with y'all.
But we could have somebody that's sitting off to the side and reading the comments.
It wouldn't be so. Listen, I can't do it, y'all. I need to interact and mix
mix and mingle with y'all. I love the vibe of it.
It's
It's
a
like,
light.
I'm doing this, right? I know.
It's a lot.
I love to talk to y'all.
It's a lot.
It's
But
the
we
energy.
appreciate it. We love it. Please don't forget to like, share,
Yes.
and subscribe. Again, that's the only way we get seen out here is when you are sharing. It does not cost a dime to
Right.
like, share,
Right.
and comment. It doesn't cost anything. So
Please.
we
No.
appreciate y'all. I actually want to just take us out. If you guys we have any more questions or anything.
Toya said, I'm with it. She said she come back to couch. Amber said she's ready. Amber says, this is the kind of mindset that aligns with me and how I'm always thinking about. And this is the kind of energy and environment that I need to be around. Yes, thank you.
Amber,
Michelle says, Key, you are definitely a vibe. Thank you.
She's
Baby
always
girl,
a vibe.
and together y'all are the dynamic duo. I
Yes,
appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Tish, Toya says she needs help with her book, Tish, so she got
Yeah, you know I got you.
Amber said she needed to hear that. So yes, anything down here? Oh, Amber said I'm literally crying because it's so positive and I'm moved emotionally. Oh my God. Air hug, Amber. Air hug. Everybody on this live that's on this live, drop Amber some hearts right now in the comments.
Yes,
Give her some hug
please.
emojis.
Give her some hugs.
Share some love with Amber right now. I love it. It is happy tears, girl. Happy tears only.
Yep.
Thank you so much for tuning in, Amber.
Yep.
We're going to have to meet. You said you in Upper Darby in.
Oh, we're going to have
so
to.
So we're going to have to hook up.
Hook up, bring you to the couch,
You know.
Get us involved in what we're doing. So
absolutely.
I appreciate all of y'all for watching. We actually going to tune out the show. We're going to end it with the same song that we brought it in with.
I like that.
And I think the reason why is because we movers. So
yo, this was lit.
So this is Kaya Monet, y'all. Move to the beat. Okay. She dropped this song like a year ago. I still love it. It's still one of my favorites. I'm hoping that she do a whole nother video to it. But again, if you go on YouTube, you'll be able to see the video and the dance moves. I'm gonna actually move my phone, so it's gonna be in our live. But that's just in case.
It's live.
That's just in case my friend want to see the video.
Copy that.
But we're gonna play this song. Kaya Monet, Move to the Beat, and we thank y'all again, and we will see y'all soon.
Okay, now move to the beat. Move your feet. Side 1, 2, 3. Catch a vibe with me. Pop it, there you go. Drop it low in a circle. You can do it, it won't hurt you. Leave it on the floor. Let's party like we supposed to. Had a long day, time to clear my mind. Tryna chase this bag, been moving fast, stay on my grind. Got so much to do, so don't waste my time. I won't waste none of you. It's my time to shine. Got me messed up. If you think you got me stressed, I'ma keep my cool, look at the sky, cause I know I'm blessed. Believe what you see, I get what I wanted. If you know, I know. Remember who fronted. Gotta push back, move around, go ahead, fuck it up. Feel it, be relaxed, kick it back now. Fuck it up, stretch your stuff. Fuck it up, stretch your stuff. Move to the beat, move your feet. Side 1, 2, 3, catch a vibe with me. Pop it, there you go. Drop it low in a circle. You can do it, it won't hurt you. Leave it on the floor, let's party like we supposed to. Hey, get up, stretch your stuff. Get up, okay, now move to the beat. Move your feet. Side 1, 2, 3.
Good night, y'all. Good night.
Pop it, drop it low in a circle. You can do it, it won't hurt you. Leave it on the floor, let's party like we supposed to.